Hey there, Australia's teachers and school leaders. I've got some news for you. We're going to run some really important professional learning opportunities online in the holidays for you. And we're running them as a result of some education that we had as a result of running these 4 workshops sort of as our first attempt back at face-to-face professional learning for you people. We ran these workshops recently in Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. Some of the feedback we got was that this is what people really want to do. This is what people really want to focus on, particularly post the interruptions that have been associated with COVID. It was pretty evident in the fact that some of these workshops sold out, and therefore that was one reason that some people couldn't get involved. We then had reasons associated with the fact that not everyone lives in Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane, and regions and cities from around Australia. We started to get emails from these locations asking us how we could actually, when are we bringing it to them? How can we access this learning? Then we had people saying, could we run this learning at a time where I didn't have to book a relief teacher or maybe turn my back on an incredibly busy school at the moment or go missing at that time? And we started to think, what can we do about that? So we're going to take these sessions online in a really highly engaging and hopefully motivating kind of way too. So here's the details. The first day of our professional learning online journey is going to be on Monday, the 5th of July. And I'm going to run a day for teachers called Restorative Classrooms, Strong Classrooms. I think that this could be a turning point for every single educator in your school. And they can get the benefit that I've had from working restoratively, which is pretty simply that I get more effective and less stressed. And I think every Australian teacher deserves that. On the second day, on the 6th of July, on the Tuesday, the amazing Amy Green is going to take over. And she's going to step in and run a half-day session for school leaders around how you can lead staff and teacher wellbeing in your school. Leading that is not an act of taking on more work. In fact, Amy has developed a fundamental model that allows us to transition from wellbeing being the bag of somebody in your school because they've got the badge, to being collectively responsible and owned by everybody in the school. It takes some work, it takes some different thinking, but it only takes 3 hours to understand what needs to be done to get that started. And then on the third day, on the 7th of July, I'm going to bob up again with 2 incredibly important sessions for school leaders, 2 half-day sessions. The first one's going to be around leading school culture, which most school leaders tell me is their purpose, is their fundamental reason for stepping into leadership. It's to create a culture where your stakeholders can thrive. And in the second half of the day, we're going to get our hands dirty with a workshop around leading whole school behaviour improvement. We know that you're being asked to do an enormous amount of work around creating an environment where young people behave according to your values and in a way that keeps everybody safe. And we know that you're not getting the return on that work. This workshop is about chasing the small things that can be changed immediately in your school around thinking, around practice, around language, and around policy that give you a big return, that actually change the way that young people conduct themselves in your school environment. Incredibly important workshops. Somewhere around this video, you will find the links to register. We can't wait to see you there.